Got to hit the button. Welcome in to Locks, the computer prodigy, and
Yeah.
I am your host, Casey, the Beef Cregan, joined as always by my cast of cronies, JJ in Tampa, I think, and Zach Locks Parker. What's up, fellas? How are we?
Yeah, I don't think every hotel room has Kansas City Chiefs stuff all over the room.
The one I was in.
Yeah. Hey, you don't know that.
Although hotel rooms may have old lamps like that in them.
It's true.
You need one
And
of
you
those.
know, Philadelphia does have a Kansas City Chiefs bar.
Is that true?
Yeah. Big
Philly
Charlie.
does?
Big Charlie's in South Philly is a Kansas City Chiefs bar.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Bet you that went over like a turd in a punch bowl during the Super Bowl.
Ground zero for all fights.
Absolutely true.
You think that happens in Philadelphia?
No.
People climb greased light poles for
What's
sport.
the problem?
One of only 3 stadiums in the NFL with a jail, and they were the first.
Underneath. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What is
Well,
that?
okay. Oh, well, I should say they might
drunk
be
tank.
the only, but Oakland had one before they moved. So
I see that. Yeah,
I can see that too.
for sure.
Yeah, guys, let's not forget that Chris Kreider was a
Chris Kreider, you guys watching?
Chris Kreider, what?
Who's that?
All right, I gotta put the Ranger game on here.
Oh,
And
I'm
you
excited.
guys here.
No, yeah. Who are they
Yeah,
playing?
the Devils.
No, good. Well, I'll be for the Rangers this time.
This series, right? What's up,
Right.
fellas? Welcome into season number
Yeah.
Siri. Siri.
We've been on so long we don't
Siri.
even have a contract from any of the big
Siri.
channels.
Siri. Stop. I'm not talking to you. Sorry.
Shut
First
Siri
world
off.
problems.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's
women
up,
don't
fellas?
last.
Welcome into Chop and Beef. We're here. We're ready. We have a big giveaway tonight, so stay tuned. Actually, let's do that right now. We got a huge giveaway, first ever of its kind on the Chop and Beef show. We're giving away a Bud Light fanny pack to all you woke listeners out there that listen to our show. It's going to the best comment of the night, and we'll judge it at the end of at the end of the show. JJ's got it right there, probably
Right
freshly
there.
stolen from some country around the country.
Since Bud Light lost so much money on this woke thing that I think they became a sponsor of the show. It's neither here nor there. It could be,
Pending.
could not be possible.
Pending.
We're talking about it. They're in negotiations with us.
They haven't heard us yet, but we're
No, they've never heard the show before. But a Bud Light fanny pack for the best comment of the night. That doesn't mean flood us with comments. It just means we will pick out the best at the end of the show.
It kind of does mean flood us with comments.
Yeah, well, yeah. Make me laugh, clowns.
I'm gonna write it and put a banner up.
Yeah.
Banner's
Make us laugh, clowns.
Scroll
So,
across the bottom. Let's see if this works.
hey,
Buttons.
hey, Locks, I got to ask you something.
What?
How was your weekend?
Zach Parker in first, and with
Oh,
a
right.
little
Early
hand.
and often, I like my Bud Light stuff. Paraphernalia.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, he's the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Good job. Good job.
That's how you do it, folks.
That's
Doesn't take much around here.
We'll take a vote at the end of the show. Probably won't be consensus because nothing we really do here is consensus, which is what is tremendous. But lots to discuss tonight as I am completely what's the word I'm looking for? Not paying attention. I'm exhausted. I'm not paying attention because I got my New York Rangers, New Jersey Devils game 1 of the NHL Stanley Cup on the TV, the phone next to me on the screen. So I'm watching that and not paying attention to anything that JJ and Locks are doing. And
Glad
Not
you
hard.
have your priorities in order. The show that you created or one hockey game that's going to outlast this show tonight. Good job. Thanks.
yeah, and there is things that allow
Eddie,
me.
we have your address, so don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Let's see what Eddie comes in at with his first comment of the night.
He's been practicing.
Locks is currently the leader in the clubhouse.
Not anymore, folks.
Let's see if Eddie can knock him off. Here's what Eddie Lockett says. I listen to the podcast after the live show because masturbating while watching y'all's faces is hard.
Check.
I That's Bluefield with a B, right? Virginia.
What's the zip? I forget.
We don't need it, Eddie. Don't put the zip code in there.
I usually masturbate in front of a mirror. I don't know the problem is.
That's some vanity right there.
Have you seen this face?
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Up close and personal with
Seen this?
Speaking of the weekend, did you hear the biggest news of the weekend?
What?
Dak Prescott was in Starkville, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Super Bulldog weekend, they called it.
It was Super Bulldog weekend, and you know what? It was pretty super.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Is this a normal yearly occurrence, or
Yes, yeah, they
Yeah.
do have. Yeah, apparently not 16.
Well, every other
almost.
year, I guess, right? Because it's just
No, I think they still do it at the end of the. I still think they do it when spring football's there. Last home baseball series, whoever it's against.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so this was the last series, and okay.
I think it's their last home series. I could be wrong there. I don't care enough to.
Yeah, and they're in last place and next to last place.
They were
not good.
battling.
Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Yeah.
Oh.
They're in the West. Yeah, it was not good.
Didn't realize that.
But they did.
Here's another thing too. Dak waved at us. We did not wave at him.
Makes sense. Makes
You
sense.
know, he saw the boys show up from the Chop and Beef show and gave us the.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, what's going on?
So
He did actually do that, and he was staring at JJ's behind.
I can show you the marks where his eyes were burning my ass if you want.
No, that's okay. We don't need to see that.
He was looking at my ass. He likes
guys
cargo shorts.
you guys weren't up in the box with him? No? Didn't get the invite?
You know, he asked us, but
Yeah.
we
That's too high
turned him
class.
down.
You know, we're kind of hoity-toity. We're getting more hoity-toity, but we like being with the fans.
With the people.
When you say game more hoity-toity, like, do you have an example? What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
I do have an example of hoity-toity.
If you're watching,
And certain things that I have discovered this weekend about hoity-toity
Like what?
is that certain people who used to just be Patron tequila drinkers now have to have a certain brand of tequila.
Oh.
And that was interesting. And
Does this come from Island Life? Or what are we talking about
it's
here?
coming from Island Life, and I've also learned that during our conversations and talks that a certain person has gotten really, really comfortable with very expensive golf shirts,
Oh.
like
ahead.
triple-digit golf shirts.
Whoa.
It's like, whoa.
there's one triple-digit
Go
golf
ahead.
shirt, and that was completely by accident.
No. You have 5.
Not that are $100, $89 a piece.
Oh, $89. $89. My apologies.
back.
With taxes, probably.
$72. Well, they're the only ones that really come in tent size. And
If you're thinking about the actual, surface area,
that's it. You're paying for extra material. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And
they're $29.99 for normal size people.
yeah. And the last thing I learned, Locks, with benefits us really,
yes,
is that someone got another golf cart.
Oh, is it a Lamborghini like the last one?
No,
I don't know.
Quite,
I didn't ask the brand, but someone's getting very, very island hoity-toity.
Well, I will tell you, it is just an easy go 4-seater. It's red, but it came from the Smithsonian Institute.
That means it's an antique. It's a classic.
No, it's not. It was actually driven around the Smithsonian.
In the Smithsonian.
That's a true story. It says it on the side.
Really?
God.
Oh, yeah.
You got to take pictures. I have never heard of that.
I'm guessing they have them there at the Smithsonian. That's way too smart for me.
For old people. I mean, the Smithsonian's enormous. It's like an airport golf cart.
They have a Neanderthal
section. The Smithsonian
Institute.
It says institution, so maybe it was the one.
Maybe it was in several of the institutes.
It's the prison Smithsonian.
Good night, buddy. Say good night to Ryan.
Night, guy.
So he's getting very hoity-toity, Locks.
You know what's the most hoity-toity about it, though? I'll tell you. I'll add to this list.
Did we get the new golf cart because we ran into too many flower pots?
Not
broke glass one.
no, unfortunately. You know why?
Flower pots or flower pots.
He's gonna probably paint it like the old one so the old man doesn't notice.
My bonus for work was slightly more than what I got at Advanced Door Systems, so I was able to purchase a golf cart.
$2.
Chunks.
So yeah, someone's getting very, very, very
No.
uppity.
When we have the other child here, he takes a cart, and then my wife needs a cart, and Daddy needs a cart too. You know, so Daddy bought himself a cart.
Zach, what's your opinion of this? Certain tequilas, hoity-toity golf shirts, a new golf cart.
I mean, I started off as a tequila
Classic golf cart.
tequila drinker myself, and I was always I had to at least have not Patron, but Jose Cuervo Gold is the only one I would have.
I learned it from watching you.
Yeah. I would never go plastic bottle myself. So
no, mine actually. I'm going to spoil it for you. It actually came from my Jersey friends who are completely way too rich. And it's Casamigos is what it's called, and it's just
new sponsor of the show, Casamigos
a
Tequila.
bunch of rappers from Atlanta.
Yeah, Migos. Yeah. Speaking of
it got hoity-toity this weekend. Just saying.
All right.
Speaking of non-Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts just signed. He's now the highest paid player in all of professional football. Does that bother you at all?
He hasn't won a championship.
Well, we love non-Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
That's
I mean, he's healthy. He made it through a season. No, he got hurt too, didn't he? No, see, so I don't even know.
Yeah, he played three games with Gardner.
They have a good core, and they're just trying to preserve as long as you can. You know, the window is open. Try and keep it propped open as long as you can. So
right, secure the bag, as
what
they
do you do?
say.
Secure the bag. Yes, exactly.
Hey.
And you know, Lamar Jackson sitting there going, doing that work for me. Thank you. Right?
Yeah, it's really true. The reason I don't need an agent, I let other
That's
agents
right. I keep
do my deal.
He's going to get all this money. He's going to get this contract somewhere, some type of contract, and he's not going to have any commission because he's his own agent. That's pretty rare these days. I mean,
Yep.
and have y'all heard Lamar Jackson speak? I would love to be a fly on the wall in these meetings. I mean, my goodness.
In these negotiations.
Just go back to the Heisman speech. That's all I got to say. You know, it's tough.
So
Ricky Henderson can vibe.
This show is probably going to be a majority talking about Starkville, Mississippi. So I'm going to kind of weave.
It was good times. It was good
I'm going
times.
to kind of weave but Locks, you'll be able to contribute pretty well.
I went. What are you talking
Locks
about?
went?
That's true.
It was a great trip. I just didn't enjoy I didn't have to deal with the time zone, right? Wasn't there a time zone shift? See?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or the 8-hour drive or anything, or the 10-hour drive.
Even better.
But
didn't have the hangover. That's good.
So speaking of the
know
non-Super Bowl quarterbacks, we did have Dak Prescott. That is 100% true. We sat in the outfield or stood in the outfield of the second game Saturday evening baseball game between Mississippi State and
Dak Prescott. He was in the outfield. He wasn't like behind home plate.
They have these unbelievable loft,
I saw
condos that are in the outfield, and he was
closer. Okay.
Not with 17,000 people slam packed into that place.
Gotcha now.
He was in the right spot for himself.
And there's maybe 9 condos, I think, in the outfield section that's just above the outfield wall, so you get a great view of the game. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and you pay per season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, they were nice.
Apparently that was the athletic director's condo, who is connected to Leroy Selman, is his nephew, and that's Tampa Bay Buccaneer Leroy Selman, Hall of Famer. Anyway, so I never realized, and I'm sure this happened, and I'm going to weave this into a particular story that I had the other day, but how beloved some of these people are. Now, I know, like Deshaun Watson at Clemson and Hunter Renfrow, see where I'm going here, are beloved at Clemson. But to be standing in one spot and for Dak to be standing right behind you, literally right behind us, maybe 20 yards from us, maybe, and just standing there and watching the crowd walk by. If there were 17,000 people, let's say there was probably 6,000 7,000 in the outfield. And every one of them that walked by said, "Oh, that's Dak. That's Dak." And there's a ton of pictures of my fat head because they
Genuflecting.
everyone would stop and take pictures. To the point where I was waving, I was smiling. I mean, but it was so many people that were stopping and loved this guy, except for one guy. You remember this guy, JJ?
Who is it?
This 4'6" dude came over, and he was
that little shit.
he was so in awe of Dak Prescott initially, and he comes up to like right next to me, and he's like, "Hey, 1-5, hey 1-5, hey 1-5," and I guess I didn't turn around, but I guess Dak didn't pay attention to him. He was acknowledging just about everybody, but I guess
was it really?
Oh yeah,
yeah, he really was. I'll give credit. He really
signed
was.
an autograph. A guy threw him a football. He signed it.
Awesome.
Went in and got a pen, signed it, threw it back. Like It was really kind of cool to see that.
Yeah.
But this guy, I don't know what it was about him. Maybe Dak was talking. I don't know what was happening because it was behind me. And then he just started going, "Fine, you're gonna not talk to me? Then fine. That's why you don't have no Super Bowl rings." And this guy was like this big, and then he proceeded to like walk back and forth, taking pictures the whole time, and then telling his boys that he was playing Dak. It was pretty funny.
Is this the guy that wore the hat like this, or something like that? He was real short.
I don't
skinny.
think he had a hat.
Oh, I'm thinking the wrong guy then.
But yeah.
Thinking the other chattermouth.
Yeah. And then the best part about standing out in the outfield is that people don't have any courtesy whatsoever.
Oh, you're people.
Yeah. And you know how much I love that, right? We're standing against the fence looking over. There's all these people in front of us, which is fine, but everyone's moving. We're it's a walk.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of people against the fence. And so I'm there and I'm tall enough so I could stand in the back. Well, people would just start walking and then just stand right in front of me. They didn't really do that to Jeff, but like literally would do it right in front of me. And just
I have
stop.
that awe and presence that people
to the point where JJ was like, "He did it. He's in front of you. This guy doesn't give a shit. He's right in front of you." Like oh my God, he doesn't even care. He's right there. He's blocking you. It was funny.
Well, you know how I get.
So, give me the situation on the sauce. Like, were we sauced up before we got to the game? Were we able to buy it or bring it in or what?
Oh my God, they have a fantastic drinking policy there.
It's Mississippi.
Yeah.
There's two things that are fantastic about the accoutrements of the stadium. But Case, go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to rewind it a little bit. First of all, that place is really impressive. You know how much I love Doug Kingsmore Stadium, or Beautiful Tiger Field, as it was called when we were in school. This place absolutely takes Beautiful Tiger Field and poops all over it.
Shit's on it, yeah.
It is unbelievable.
It's SEC.
It just means more, but
yeah, SEC speed.
It's the middle of
nowhere. Go to the Zoo's baseball stadium.
It's what they got to do.
And it's what they're known for. The guy in the first night. So JJ and I, the first night, we had great seats. We were 3 rows off the field. We were on the jumbotron probably at least 5 times.
Oh yeah.
The girl that was running like the media was a Clemson alum. She actually stopped and talked to me, and we talked for a little while. But anyway, to answer your question,
Casey did the paw on his chest. He was like,
"Yeah, the one time." The first thing that you need to know is that you're allowed to bring whatever you want, however much you can fill into a 10 by 10 by 10 cooler. Can't have wheels. So it's like a carry cooler, or what Jake had was a backpack. Just he carried whatever.
Or what I would have had would have been a burro and a supply mule. Yeah, Jesus.
And we were probably the only 2 people in the whole place that didn't bring it in either night, either. Really,
it's like NASCAR, basically.
It was like NASCAR.
Yeah.
It has to be a soft cooler. Yeah, so you can't.
And then they had tall boys. So they had tall boys for sale inside. So we did that, which was fine. But yeah, everybody had their own cooler. Everybody.
Well done.
and apparently they were people in the outfield for the previous stadium. So this stadium, Duty Noble Field, was built in 2019. Apparently their old stadium, they were allowed to, the outfield people were allowed to bring coolers in. So when they built the new stadium, it like grandfathered everybody in just to alleviate any problems or issues. Here's Brian Jackson checking in.
Or
Backpack coolers are the best. Ooh, I don't think that one unseats
That puts him in
Eddie
second.
Lockett.
That
Yeah,
puts him in
he's
second place. Yeah, right now.
solid
Good
second
idea.
place for the Bud Light fanny pack that
You're
JJ and the Chop and Beef Show are giving
New
away.
sponsors, maybe, possibly, or it could be lying.
We're trying. Speaking of beer, though, you hear this? I think we talked about it a little bit last week. I don't remember
What?
because the weekend happened.
Oh, wait. The one thing I want to add about the
we're going to go back to it, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, real quick. Like on the outfield, huge walkway, very wide area. There were spaces where people had their seats, and they are allowed to bring in their own grill for the season and cook out there.
What?
So, I mean, the low class even had hoity-toities who could bring in, nice grills and cook everything for their people and their.
It was like box seats, open air box seats.
Yeah.
What in the world? I saw the one picture, just the one guy at the grill, but like there's a lot of that going on.
There was a line of grills.
And that's
surprising it like that's not like going to be some type of hazard situation with the drinking and the grilling and the.
Yeah.
I don't think they care.
Middle of nowhere, Mississippi.
It's like it burns, it just burns down, and we'll just go to another.
West Virginia burns furniture. What the hell? Let's just burn down the stadium.
We'll build another one.
It was unreal. People were cooking some nice shit too. I was like,
if they're gonna have 17,000 people in the stadium because of a Brett Eldridge concert and a Mississippi Ole Miss Mississippi State baseball series, they'll be okay.
Yeah,
they made some money. The cheapest seat to get in, if you bought it from the box office, was $20. So do the math at the cheapest ticket. But Locks, the Major League Baseball teams are expanding beer sales. We talked about it a little bit. I think last week there was only one.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask an actual game question?
Yeah.
Something that I saw that I didn't bring up to you guys that I thought was interesting, and I don't know if it's.
You saw the game?
Yeah, I did see the game. But so I think this was it. This pitcher for Mississippi State. Did he pitch 2 games in a row?
No, he just pitched Sunday. Yeah. So we didn't get to see him because we only went Friday and Saturday.
This guy's name, Gerangelo Clint. He throws right and left?
Yeah, he throws right-handed and
left-handed.
He's a freak.
He pitched Friday and Saturday. Is what it says on this thing. I don't know.
No, he started Sunday. He didn't pitch Friday, Saturday.
So he's but what I'm getting at, he's ambidextrous, and he's like that quality with both arms.
What's funny is he's how when you see like the listing of the pitchers, you see like Joe Schmo, RHP for right-handed pitcher, or, JJ in Tampa, LHP for left-handed pitcher. He has BHP for both-handed pitcher. Apparently, he hasn't been doing that well left-handed, so he's not doing it a lot. He's not going back and forth a ton. But yes, he is perfectly capable. He's like 95 to 97 from the right side, and like 91 to 94 on the left side. There was a woman sitting next to me that was trying to downplay it, but I'm like, you can't be that good at this level, and do that.
Wow, I wasn't sure if I was reading it wrong or what, but
again, we don't know the players either. So he very easily could have come in. I don't think he did, though. We would have heard it at least Friday when we were.
We were about a 6-pack deep,
We were, but we had friends in front of us.
Right.
The miserable lady next to us who was actually nice, and then the old guy behind us wanting to tell us everything about the history of Mississippi State baseball. We had a nice group around.
We had a good group around us the first game. We really did.
Was there a mural or a statue to Will Clark that you didn't give me a picture of, or no?
That one, and right on the other side was Rafael Palmeiro. I have never taken enhancing
right at the entrance.
Yeah, right at the entrance. So Will Clark was there. I should have got that picture. I didn't.
Yeah, it's done.
Because God knows we had other people that. I didn't take enough photos for this weekend.
Yeah, that's what always happens.
We were joking with our pictures to you guys, but
one hand's occupied.
It was occupied.
That's usually my life anyway.
Talking with the other hand.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh, hey.
Were you here?
Really?
You were here with us.
yeah, see, I
Yeah.
know. You know, I was there. You remember?
So
you had a
MLB
great
teams,
time.
MLB teams are expanding this beer sales thing, which we had a really nice beer sales lady too.
Yeah.
That made sure to tell me, excuse me, that they finished serving after the 7th inning. So if I
Nice.
was like I came up at like the top of the 7th, and she
How do
was
you
like,
play?
"So you know."
Yeah.
It's like, "Yes,
You
ma'am."
just
She was
you did when
she
she
was our
called.
buddy.
You
You
got
just
two
had to
hands.
get. You just had to evade the spit because she didn't have any teeth right here.
Wow, yeah, the details, you know.
Right.
It's the middle of nowhere, Mississippi.
Yeah. Welcome to Puller.
No.
Puller.
At least you're
cooler.
close to Savannah. There's nothing.
It's Kohler and Puller.
Puller.
It's,
For you.
so it was
All right. So Major
Yeah.
League Baseball, we're
Yeah.
we're done with that, right? With
Maybe-
the expanded
maybe-
more teams, more sales. They got to increase the sales of beer.
Faster
I heard-
games, man, which is what everybody wants.
That's
But
right.
I heard it the other day from David Sampson, who was on the Levitard show. He says that a lot of the stadiums or management will say that they care about the people and
Money.
safety, and and that's why they would cut it off in the 7th inning, and now it's the 8th inning. But then they'll also say things like, "Join us after the game for the outside at the bar outside," and whoever's a sponsor for
Mhm.
more partying after the Braves' victory or whoever it may be.
And that was a great thing about Mississippi State too. After you left the game, bars were kind of close. That was important. You didn't have to get in a car. Yet you drank responsibly and you stumbled everywhere.
Yeah.
That was
And
a good-
we went to probably I thought that's a place that my family goes for dinner, and we had a blast. I had a blast. I don't care what JJ had a blast in.
What was that place?
It's called Bulldog Burger. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty special. That was a good time.
So Locks, we JJ and I have been talking a lot. Did you have a good trip to Stark Vegas?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great. It was just enough.
What was your favorite part?
I'd say the Saturday morning, the lame beer that was empty sitting outside the hotel on the ground that Jeff sent a picture of.
Oh no, that was no. Remember that was the University Gate, front gate.
Oh, it's front
Oh,
gate.
that's yeah.
Yes.
That was. See how many drinks you had? Good
Yep.
Lord.
I know.
lot of blue
I enjoyed
cans.
that. I enjoyed
Oh,
that
there was a
myself.
heater right next to it too. It was like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
This
I'll
is
good night.
Mississippi right here.
Popular down there.
Heaters are real popular. God, I couldn't believe it.
So outside of Dak Prescott, we did actually make some friends of the show. This is 100% true story.
This is true. Yeah.
We let me go with 3B first. Closing time in Starkville is 1:00 in the morning. The bars close at 1:00 in the morning.
Is that because of the time change? What are we doing? What?
Yeah, we got to talk to the mayor about this.
What in
Yeah,
the world?
it's a small town, right? And JJ was pissed all
It should be
weekend
3
about
then, not 1.
bars closing at 1:00 in the morning. I don't think I saw 11 p.m. either one of those days. I'm not certain, but I don't think I did.
We saw midnight. We saw midnight the first night.
Hey.
We saw
yeah, we
11:30 the next night.
Well, when we came back from the bar on Saturday night, the bar at the hotel was still open, and they closed at 10 or 10:30. So they
Really?
weren't open much longer. But yeah, because I went inside.
You were
to
there?
use the facilities. He stayed outside with his cigars.
Yeah, I was smoking cigars.
But so we had one more beer for
Right.
Larry, and I came down, and the guy that threw the first pitch for the baseball game was a guy named KJ Miller. KJ Miller was an all-pro linebacker, supposedly, with the Seattle Seahawks. Big dude.
Super Bowl winner.
Super Bowl winners, 6-10 years, something like that in the league, just retired. Big guy. Saw him at the game, and then he walked past us to get into the hotel, the same hotel we were staying at, the only nice hotel in town. And so, of course, we had a couple pops in us. I said, "Hey, man, come on back down. We'd love to hang out, smoke a cigar, chill out." He's like, Yeah, I'll be right back. He didn't come back. That's a spoiler. He never came back.
Yeah.
However, about 5 minutes
I would
later,
have been heartbroken if I would have remembered this part.
these two other guys roll up. One guy's probably like 6'7", pretty skinny though.
Yeah.
6'5", but pretty skinny. Another guy's really kind of short. So anyway, I don't know how it came up, but I was like, "Oh, did you play in the league too?" And he's like, I said, "Did you play here too?" And he said, "Yeah, I played here too." I'm like, "Oh, did you play in the league too?" And he's like, "Yeah. I played 6 years for the Packers and the Colts." And I'm looking at this guy like,
Yeah.
"What, wide receiver?" And he's like, "Actually, no, I was a defensive tackle. I lost 100 pounds."
Yeah, he easy lost 100 pounds.
So I was like, "Well, excuse me for saying this, but like, what's your name?" He's like, "Josh Boyd." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So while we're talking, or Jeff's talking to them, and they're talking to us, I looked
Googling.
him up,
Yeah.
and I'm
Smoking my
looking at
cigars. Got me
looking
enjoying
at
life.
it, looking at his face, looking at my phone, looking at his face, looking at my phone. Absolutely, 100% him, no doubt, no question. Same
But the guy's
hairstyle.
just enormous.
Just
He
that
just
he
lost.
tightened his skin and shrunk his
Yeah,
face.
Yeah, he just lost a boatload of
he
weight.
just wants to
because-
live the rest of his life instead of
Yeah,
being decrepit and die.
exactly. And I was like, "You moved back here?" He's like, "Yeah, I have a son here." So I was like, "Oh," he goes, "I want to be, raise my kid." I was like, "That's awesome. That's really cool." Super, super, super nice guy. Hung out with us for a good while. Walked in. I said, "Oh, KJ said he was coming back down." He's like, "Oh, I'll go get him." Walks inside, comes back 5 minutes later. He's like, "Yeah, he's not coming back out." He hung out with us again for probably another 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Shooting the breeze, just like easy, not big leaguing him at all at any point, but just hanging
He's
out.
got his number, right?
Yeah, and he's like, I'm like, "Yo, let me get," because JJ's like, "Yeah, we got a podcast. We want to have you on." He's like, "Anytime, no worries. Yeah, absolutely. Just let me know." So I was like, "Well, what's your Twitter? I'll hit you up on Twitter." He's like, I don't remember. Just take my phone number." And he's like, and just text me that your name and who you are and blah 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 blah. So I did that. He responded immediately. He was like, "I got you, bud. Whenever." So I'm like, "All right." So at some point we'll have Super Bowl winner Josh Boyd interviewed by
We're gonna
Lux.
have an SEC aficionado and an NFL aficionado.
Yeah, so that's why you're doing the interview, Lux.
Yeah, I'll be over here and mute. I don't know if I'd be able to handle the awkwardness of it.
I think he would have. I
He's
think he
just
would
a
have.
normal guy. He smokes cigars with us. He was talking about his kid just like normally some of our friends do over and over and over again with Instagram and text messages and all this stuff about their kids. Just so proud of his son and wanting to be and raise the kid and his, and family that, I didn't get to the point where I hated the kid, but, he was a good dad. He's a good dad.
All right. I don't know who you're talking about, but that sounds good. God, we can't miss the net like that, boys. We can't miss the net. So we'll kind of rewind. We're going all over the. I'm going all over the place
You're
here. So
you're driving this boat all over the fucking.
After the game, we went over to Bulldog Burger because I thought that it's a bar and it's got food. And I don't know if you can see these chins,
This is a
but I like
podcast
food.
first. Flossing in the middle of the podcast.
I got something like too.
I don't floss when there's no podcast for the whole year.
So we go to Bulldog
God
Burger.
damn it.
We asked for a table for two, and they said it's going to be about 25 minutes.
We
But
wanted
if
to
you
be romantic. We wanted to date.
Yeah, I was looking at the table with the candles. So they said, but if you want to go sit by the bar, Jeff was already at the bar. Like I was doing all that other stuff.
I always do scouting around the bar just to make sure it's like two seats open up. We got them.
So there were 3 seats that opened up. So I took the one way in the corner, and it was kind of like an L-shaped bar where we were. Then we ordered some food, a little bit of food, and a burger. I think I got a burger, maybe.
Yeah, I got the sloppy Joe sliders.
That's right. I got a patty melt. Delicious.
Yeah,
shout out to Bulldog Burger.
Right. Anyway,
fantastic, and our bartender Chase, who was wonderful as well.
Chase was fantastic.
Never waited
kind
for
of fucked me on the tip thing though.
You don't have to tip the same. Here, that's a good debate question. Like
we'll talk about it later. We'll get to it.
All right.
Boy.
We need more locks in this show.
No, don't. I'm enjoying listening, but I cannot wait for the awkward tip conversation. Please proceed.
This guy, after all the drinks, is
all right. Let's go ahead and have it.
Hey! You know how Casey gets the one eye closed, one eye open.
I learned it by watching him,
buddy. Tip him well. Like, what are you gonna give him? I don't know, maybe 40, 50%. Like, what? I'm like, All
My
right.
bill was
How about-
$100. I'm right around $100, just less. I said I'm going to give him $40.
What the fuck did you eat? By yourself?
No,
Yeah.
I had a 3-digit bill because of the tip, because of listening to him.
Because of the tip. After tip.
Yeah, which let's
No
go
one's
here.
drinking on.
That
Oh my
way.
god.
The opposite. You're over there.
Yeah, that one. This guy. So yeah, I had a 3-digit bill because of the damn tip.
I had 14 ciders.
Oh, so you were there for a while.
That was it.
Oh,
No,
that's right.
he
the game ended
didn't
at
charge
4.
He didn't charge me for the tequila.
I was thinking the game ended at like 10. Okay.
Oh no. This was early.
Okay.
Yeah, and we
That
left
makes a
before
little
the
more sense.
concert too. So,
Because I had I don't know how many beers.
but you bought Blanton's for people. I mean,
I
like,
had
it made
bought
sense.
one Blanton's for one person, and I bought 2 Blanton's for myself.
It's $40
That's the
right
most
there.
expensive whiskey
And then I
ever.
had they were the cheapest I ever seen them in a restaurant. They were $13 a piece. They're usually like 20 to 40. I'm like, yeah.
I'll tell you, rewind. When we were in the duty free in the airport, I saw a bottle of it. I couldn't find a price for it. And I couldn't find anybody to help me, and we were like rushed down to the next thing. I'm sorry.
You didn't steal it?
No, for some reason I didn't because I wanted to leave the country. Okay, go ahead.
Sounds like paradise. Why would you want to leave?
Carry
it
on.
alone? So
Sorry.
anyway, so
We
yeah,
were in paradise, JJ.
yeah, we
in
were
paradise.
definitely in paradise. So yeah, so then I had the double shot tequila.
So what? Get back to the tip. Where are we at?
So I just said I was going to give him 40%. We didn't wait for a thing. Literally,
Was it
like,
busy?
oh yeah.
Oh, it was packed.
Okay.
Packed.
Oh yeah, packed. And our guy just would round the corner and just be like,
Boom.
and it would be there.
Okay.
Like I was not done with a single beer before
Chase
he had
like
another
Casey
one
a
coming.
lot.
Yeah, you know, you gotta play the game. Play the game.
You gotta play the game. Yeah.
40%. Jeff?
The tip
Well, then
was,
he's
I
asking
gave him
me.
a $40 tip.
That's what I did. So the guy and gal, there was a gal there too, Kelsey.
Oh, yeah, she
got
was
a nice
fat.
tip too.
Yeah. I don't mean
So-
PHAT. She was fat.
It was the middle of Mississippi.
Yeah. Well, now things got a little brighter on our side of the bar.
Oh, so we were sitting there. So let me set the stage. So I'm in the corner. There's 3 seats like in our little row, and I'm in the corner. Jeff's next to me in the middle. The seat there is empty. Then it kind of L's up, and there was a young couple who we started just having nice conversation with, just
She was cute.
pleasantry.
Yeah. He was a
And-
good guy.
They were a very good couple.
Yeah.
And it was great to watch her progression to drunkenness throughout the entire. Because I think they were just coming out for a quick bite and a couple beers.
Then
and
they
because-
met Jeff and Casey.
because we were there, they decided to stay a little bit longer to the point where she was probably struggling to get into the car.
So she was puking in the toilet when she got
crawled,
home.
she crawled in the car.
She was drinking vodka like water, and
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And I got
Okay.
him drinking the Blantons. And
he was
like,
drinking Blanton's in it. And then this guy and his wife come sitting in that third chair next to JJ. Guy, first and foremost, the guy sits down. Nice enough guy, but he was definitely more interested in talking to our friend Stokes and his wife. And so, we had him in conversation a little bit, but like he was kind of more turned towards them.
Did he
No
know
big
that?
deal. No, I
Oh,
was
he
just
just
talking.
talking.
I mean, we were probably
Mississippi sounds like
obnoxious,
the
but-
friendliest fucking place in the
It-
South. God damn.
it was
they're real friendly people, no doubt.
the first day. Like there was no like trash talk in the stadium. I mean, one
That's
guy
weird
yelled like
with a
"Go
rivalry.
to hell, Ole Miss," and that was the worst thing that I heard all weekend.
Wow.
I hate light blue and red. I'm like, okay, no, that's your biggest. That's your,
Yeah, I mean, it was they struggled with that. But then, long story short, we're talking about the guy's son and his wife. Wife was highly attractive, and it caught JJ's eye quite early and often.
I couldn't make eye contact.
Their only kid had just committed verbally to play baseball at Mississippi State that day. So they were up to tell the coaches and watch the game and get wined and dined and all that. The wife and the son and his friend go off and eat dinner. So now it's just us and the guy, and he's warming up to us. And now he's laughing. We have him cracking up. We got him. We had him in our web.
Got him.
Yeah, we had.
We lured him in. It was great.
Long story short, I don't know how it even came up, but he was talking about his kid and left-handed pitcher and blah blah blah, and his wife said something like, "Oh yeah, when we were in Jamestown, New York, and
Yeah.
and Matt was pitching." I was like, "Oh, you pitched?" I said, "Where'd you go to school?" He said, "Delta State."
Now, see, I didn't hear this part because I kept looking at her breast.
And so I was like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Did you have a cup of coffee?" He's like, "Yeah, I had a cup of coffee. I played 10 years in the league."
Cup of coffee. That's a
I
decade,
was like,
Sonny.
Major leagues or in the minors? He's like, "No, I played 4 years in the minors and then 10 years in the majors."
Shit.
And
Yeah,
not
solid career.
braggadocious at all. Like he's
No,
like,
yeah,
I had an okay career. I was okay. It wasn't great. I'm like, whatever, dude. That's what everyone says. He's like, no, I really did. I'm not trying to be. I had a mediocre career. I was
Very down to earth. He was very down to earth.
like Matt, to play 10 years in Major League Baseball, you had to be better than okay. He said, well, I was okay for Major League Baseball pitcher. He was a middle reliever. Matt Miller's his name. Middle reliever. He pitched for, I think, for Chicago, the Indians, Toronto,
Rocky.
Colorado, I think. Yeah.
Journeyman. Classic
super
journeyman.
guy.
Been a lot cooler. Been a hell of a lot cooler for this Andrew Miller, but I mean, go ahead with your story.
Yeah.
Exactly. And of course, what do you do when you hear his name? Probably
Google.
not so subtly at that point. I looked him up, and it was 100%. Again, older, now had glasses.
Yeah.
Didn't look as thick.
A little bit more punch.
Yeah, it was had some age.
Does he have a job anymore? Or is he just like he's a retired baseball player? Huh?
I know
We
she's a PE teacher at a elementary school in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
And I found that out. I didn't even know who he was. Didn't care.
I can confirm there was no care who he was whatsoever from JJ.
Jesus, Jeff.
I was definitely the guy that was
talking
to him.
You gotta admit their kid was a beanstalk whiny little bitch.
I didn't hear.
I'm over here.
Huh?
I'm right here.
No. I mean the kid. I said the kid. You're not.
The stories that they would tell us.
So anyway, the
only child syndrome.
Matt was complaining about his kid. The wife was complaining about the kid. And Casey was like, "Fuck, all you kept doing was looking at her tits." Like, no, I was not. I was giving parental advice because who do you want to ask about parental advice?
Uncle JJ.
Uncle JJ. So,
did you get a selfie with her? Did you get a spy picture of her?
No, I did not.
Put in the spank bank?
No.
He was very respectful.
I was very respectful.
Which
was
I was appreciative at the time and very disappointed now.
Well, we have gotten into some situations before.
Matt Miller in fisticuffs.
Right. We just ate. I just taken a tequila shot.
What was the company dinner that you had on here, JJ?
That was the shit on the bed.
Hotel.
The Taco Bell segment.
Taco Bell and the Bud Lights. That was hey, when Chop and Beef Show goes all out for a company dinner, they go out for a company dinner.
So what? Yeah. When was this? This was.
I had to go out. I had to go out to get some accoutrements for my stepson. Just that's.
Speaking of Google things,
I don't know what it means either. I just know the word and I liked it, so I said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Accoutrements.
Supplies.
He needed something. Well, and that's why I was there, right? Just to make sure that he had everything he needed, maybe a couple $2-3 and whatever he needed.
Another $100 golf shirt.
So he sent me on a wild goose chase on Saturday morning. I didn't buy him a golf cart. No. He sent me on like all over Hattiesburg. Right now, it wasn't Hattiesburg. All over Starkville. I'm mixing up my Mississippi University towns. And so on the way out to civilization, there was like a cookout, and the line was out the door. This is like 11:15. Like McDonald's line was around the building. Chick-fil-A was blocking traffic in the street. Then I kept going, and Taco Bell had not a soul in it.
There's like a light beaming down from the sky.
I was like, it was on my way out to. Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whatever the supermarket is there. And I saw it on my left-hand side. And I saw it on my way out to Kroger, or whate And so I said, if it's empty on my way back, it's going to be a sign.
You're daring it.
And I'm getting, yeah, I did. I was daring the world. I was like, and I'm getting lunch because I could eat. That's how I always did it in Tampa. Like I'd go out and get a 12-pack of tacos and be like, I could eat all 12 of these. And by 6, I wanted to kill myself. So I thought I could get 12 of these. I could get 12 of these down. Oh, JJ's there to eat 6. So we're perfect. So
Challenge accepted.
So on my way back, it was still empty. I think there was one person in the drive-through, but I don't like the drive-through unless I have to. So I like to order it on the app and then walk in and pick it up.
Hoity-toity.
The app didn't work for this particular location. So I'm like, oh, it can't be open then because nobody's here and the app's not working. So I go to the door. It's open. The people are working. They say, hey, how are you? Oh, so good to see you. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the kiosk and did it there. Boom. 5 minutes later, it was amazing. She came up to the counter. She opened the little box that it comes in. She's like, I left it open so you can put those sauces in there. I was like, oh, you saw me steal all the 100 sauces out of the sauce thing? And she looked at me like I had 30. She looked at me like I had 35 head. And she's like, I'm sorry. I was like, oh no, I'm just kidding. And then proceeded to put them all in the box. Yeah. She's like, see, I did you a favor. I'm like, yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did. More than you know. Gave her a little winksy and headed on out the door to heaven, aka the Courtyard by Marriott, to eat the 5-star steak lunch
with your 30 rack.
You want to hear at that time of the day? At that time of the day, my fantasy came true. In comes beef with a 12-pack of Bud Light and that box of Taco Bell.
Hell yeah!
And that's living. That's living.
Stuff.
It's not gonna get better. There's no conversation for 5 minutes because we're just both of us. I mean, equal.
Plug.
Yeah, it was like a feeding frenzy. It was Shark Week. It was fantastic. And then
and that was noon.
And that was noon.
And then a nap.
Then
nap.
Oh God! To eat all those tacos, you got to take at least a 30-minute, right? You got to have 30 minutes
to get everything moving down there.
We snuggled, we cuddled, you know.
It was a one twin bed. That was the only room they had available. It was one twin bed.
You don't see the one twin very often, but I see.
And I wanted to feel that nice golf shirt material that's on Casey's body. Those $100 shirts.
Put you right to sleep.
God, they're so smooth and soft. What's the name of the golf shirts?
Johnny O.
Johnny O's. Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
They're so comfortable.
Holy smokes.
I was just rubbing my face on them. And it's like, oh, Casey, don't ever change. Just keep being big and fat. You know?
It's so true. Again, for those people that just joined the show late, I don't know where the hell you've been, but we are giving away a new Bud Light fanny pack to the best comment deemed to fit by us on the show, sent directly to West Virginia. I mean, directly to your house, free of charge. Just put a best comment into the flood us with comments. Best
give me the story behind the fanny pack. Where'd that come from?
I had drank a lot one night at a bar, and they gave me a fanny pack.
Okay. Well deserved. Eddie Lockett.
Because let me tell you what happened. So anyway, I'm
gonna read it in a minute. Go ahead.
To keep my style and profile, and because I smoke cigars, there's a lot. You got to carry a cutter, you got to carry a lighter, you got to carry the cigars, your wallet, your phone. I still wear cargo shorts.
Yeah.
So the girls at the bar gave me shit all the time about these damn cargo shorts. So one of the girls gave me a fucking Bud Light fanny pack.
Boom. Eddie Lockett checks in, says, I tried the grilled cheese steak burrito thing at Taco Bell the other day. My taste buds were making love while I was chewing. That's a true story. I've seen visual evidence.
That's not funny. That's accurate.
That could be a commercial.
And this one might be the winner for the new fanny pack. I don't know. What do you guys think? Chad Jarber says, just got home from pickleball.
Chad exercising is hilarious.
That's the funniest. That's the funniest.
Chad, you might be the winner of the Bud Light fanny pack.
And if anybody
you are woke up
Bud Light fanny pack, it's Chad.
Just think how
The
many.
man
just
who
think how
has
many
everything
pickleballs-
but a Bud Light fanny pack.
Think how many pickleballs will fit in that fanny pack. It'd be like for a server, you know. You can have on the side, foot fault, hit another one.
Oh,
Foot fault.
hey,
don't
to
know. Was that a
expand,
thing?
there's two things we need to discuss before we go.
Okay.
I did try sample fries again at an Alabama Arby's,
Wildest move in the planet.
and,
You had to try it in a
I
different
was
state.
completely, utterly
The-
fucking confused.
The entire state of Florida knows that you're out and about, so that's why you just go to
No, this is
Mississippi.
Alabama,
That's
though.
Alabama, okay.
And it happened to me. What happened to you? They closed down. There's no opening at this Arby's lobby. I had to take a piss. I had to take a piss behind the dumpster.
Attaboy.
That was a little aggravating.
I remember that picture.
Yeah, that was a good picture. And then I asked for the sample fries. He's like, "Excuse me." I said, "I need 2 sample fries. Just put the crinkles in and if I don't like them, I want you to take them out." He was like, "What?" Yeah, he was confused. But
We all
Did
are.
you like him?
yeah, they were good. They were
All
good.
What was the other thing you want?
Yeah, those are,
Huh?
What was the other thing you wanted to bring up?
Well, one, Casey brought up a debate with me while in the hotel. He was in the bathroom at the time,
Casey doesn't remember. All right.
and he asked, he goes,
Still nothing.
"Hey, Jeff, I got to ask you something. Do you prefer the lotion or the body wash?" And I had to think about that for a second. The lotion or the body wash? Fuck, he's jerking off.
That's not true, but it was still funny.
No, but it was
the
in your
moment-
mind.
In the
You
moment,
were
it was
not.
just funny. It was.
You were
funny.
taking a long time in there. What you were doing, probably talking to the family or texting. That's fine. I understand. But
It gave you enough time in the room to jerk off, though.
right, yeah, but I was too busy being hungover.
Oh.
So anyway, so the question is, since you just got back from Paradise Locks, would you prefer the lotion or the body wash? Come on, let's be honest. Let's talk. You're amongst friends here.
I don't, you know.
You don't jerk off anymore?
No, I don't. I don't like think about these things.
You don't use anything? You just go raw dog?
Raw
Just
dog.
beat the shit out of it?
All day, punch it.
No lotion? No body wash? No nothing?
No,
No soap?
Speaking of raw dog,
never.
your
That.
2023 bowling national champions,
Oh, God.
the Vanderbilt Commodores.
The female bowling team. Women's. Thank you, Title IX.
Sorry, I just found that.
I had no idea what that was. That picture, and that was for bowling for real.
That was for bowling for real.
Vanderbilt
Vanderbilt.
women's.
I don't
Bowling team.
believe there is a men's bowling in the NCAA.
Mm,
There might be club.
that's about to look into.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, is there t-shirts for that? Like, Clemson bowling?
There's one for everything else. There's one for
No,
agronomy.
it didn't.
Yeah. it
Hey,
did.
Chad, what do you use? Lotion or body wash?
What is that?
Is that a motorcycle outside your door?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! The ambulance was back.
Welcome to Tampa. A lot of people need compensation.
Compensation for what?
Penis.